Today is the second day. After a nice rest yesterday, today we'll be leaving for Ulaanbaatar to look at the city's highlights. We're just leaving for a tour to Ulaanbaatar city. See the road that we're going to travel now. This is the road that we travel from airport to our gear on the first night in the total darkness. It's now about 9 o'clock in the morning. We had a hearty breakfast of eggs, some rice puddings, fruits, and a cup of coffee. We'll be reaching the edge of the city in about half an hour, 45 minutes time. And today we are planning to visit a few of the important sites in Ulaanbaatar. The first one would be the National Museum of Mongolia. From there, we'll be going on to Sukhbaatar Square and then on to the Naran market. From there, we'll have lunch and then we'll be getting back to our gear before it's too dark. If the time permits, we will also visit the Bogd Khan's Palace Museum. We are entering the fringes of the city of Ulaanbaatar. We can see some small buildings, but the roads are still the same. I could see an Indian flag. It could be an Indian embassy. This is the Mongolian National Museum. The museum is located just next to Sukhbaatar Square at the heart of Ulaanbaatar. This National Museum of Mongolia was established in 1924, the largest museum in Mongolia, and it requires at least 2 hours when you want to see all the displays. It is advisable to visit the museum before starting your countryside tour because it will be your first introduction to the country and learn a lot about Mongolian culture, history, daily life, and customs and ethics. Mongolia is extremely rich in historical heritage, and these displays date back to 700,000 years, the Paleolithic age, and then all the other periods such as Mesolithic age, Neolithic age, and the Bronze Age, and finally ancient Mongol states, Great Mongol Empire, Soviet Mongolia, and till the present. 46,000 items can be related to Mongolian history which are exhibited here, like their traditional life, their clothing, and how the nomads move around in the country. We were really amazed and intrigued with some of these artifacts which were connected to our home, India. Some nice statues of Indian goddesses and statues of characters connected to Indian mythology. There was even a Mongolian version of a chessboard, the game which originated from home India.
The traditional yurt or a ger.
Now that we have seen the National Museum of Mongolia, which gave us the history about Mongolia, we thought we will head towards the Zanabazar Fine Arts Museum.
Now we are in the Fine Arts Museum.
The Zanabazar Fine Art Museum is named after Zanabazar, who was one of the religious leaders and artist in the 17th century. It is really worth visiting the museum if you would like to see the Mongolian art and understand some cultural basics. The museum has 9 halls containing different artifacts, and it would be a visit well worth it. If you're wondering what it is a frame filled with small cavities inside which lot of different figures of Buddha. Now we are heading towards Sukhbaatar Square. This square is a big open space in the middle of the town where locals meet, chat, ride bikes, and skate. There is something happens almost every day. Some events, weddings, graduation celebrations, and parades. An equestrian statue of Sukhbaatar features in the center of the square, who led the Mongolian people's revolutionary movement in 1921. The square neighbors with government houses in its north, and in front of the government house, there is a big bronze statue of Genghis Khan, flanked by Ugaidi Khan and Kublai Khan statues.
Government building, Padang building.
Government buildings. Statue of Genghis Khan. Now we are at a local open market.
Then we headed towards the Narantul market, which was nearby. It is a huge local market that consists of an indoor market and an outdoor market. The indoor market sells food, beauty, amenities, cleaning products, etc. But the outdoor market is the foreigners' favorite place as it sells many authentic Mongolian things.
This is a food court.
We were looking for a place to eat, and interestingly, we met a man from Nepal who could speak Hindi, and he had a stall of food in that market.
Our friend here is from Nepal. We are trying to have a cup of coffee.
After having some snacks with our friends, we moved on to our next destination.
This is called Bogd Khan's Palace.
Bogd Khan means living Buddha. The Bogd Khan Palace was built for the eighth living Buddha, Bogd Jabusa Dhamba. He was a Mongolian last religious leader and the king of the state. The palace was built between 1893 and 1906. It consists of a two-story European style building and 10 temple style buildings. The king lived in this winter palace for more than 20 years with his queen Dandoglu Lam. Since 1926, the palace has been serving as a museum. The two-story wooden house displays items used by the queen and the king, such as some collections, dresses, a ger, and other rooms, while the temple buildings show a wonderful religious masterpiece and artifacts from the 17th to 20th century. Now that we have seen most of the important places in Ulaanbaatar, we decided to get back to our gear before it was dark. Not only that, tomorrow we have planned for a long drive to the Genghis Khan statue and Gorky Terlige National Park, where we can see the legendary stone formation of a turtle. Stay with me for a week and I will take you to all these places. Thanks for watching.